Now, stick with me here. Remember Joseph Campbell, the whole monomyth idea, those patterns and stories across cultures. Well, turns out that hero's journey, it might just hold the key to a totally new way of seeing your job search.
Interesting, because when you think about Campbell's work, it really gets at this universal human need to grow, to transform. We see it in myths, in movies, everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And yeah, even in something as, well, normal as trying to land a new job.
Exactly. It's like those fantasy books, where the hero starts in some boring village, but you just know they're meant for bigger things, right?
Totally. And like those heroes, just realizing the different parts of that journey, that's powerful in itself.
It starts with this idea of the ordinary world, that place where, life's okay, maybe your job is fine, the bills are paid, but
But something's missing.
exactly. And then, bam, the call to adventure. You see what could be, that chance for something more.
A friend lands an amazing job
Or you read about some entrepreneur who took a leap and is killing it.
and it's inspiring, but then
Here comes the doubt. That's when the refusal of the call pops up, that little voice, right? It says, oh no, that's not for me. I could never.
so common.
It's like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. Oh, I can't fight the Empire. Got to work on my uncle's moisture farm.
It's those limiting beliefs, inside and out, they can really hold us back.
And sometimes it's like those doubts come from other people too.
Oh, absolutely. But, recognizing them, those fears, that's huge. That's the first step, honestly.
So true. But then eventually something shifts.
Something has to give.
Could be getting laid off, maybe your company restructures, or just this feeling you can't ignore anymore, like, I got to do something.
You're at the edge, yeah.
Exactly, the edge. You're at the threshold, that point where it's like, okay, am I going to answer this call to adventure, or am I going to stay stuck? No turning back now.
And this is where it gets real, because once you cross that threshold, you're going to face tests, allies, and enemies. Like, for real.
And let's be honest, the job market is full of them.
And one of the first, and honestly the most annoying, has got to be ATS.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on ATS, applicant tracking systems.
The worst.
They're like the gatekeepers, scanning resumes for keywords, deciding if you're even, human enough for a real person to look at you.
It can feel so impersonal.
It's the worst. But I guess we got to learn how to deal with them, right?
We do. As much as they're a pain, getting how ATS works is key. It's not about being fake. It's about learning how to show your skills in a way that makes sense to, well, robots and humans.
So your resume needs to speak both languages.
Pretty much. And thankfully, there are some allies out there to help us. JobQuest AI. It's like this digital mentor helping you tailor your resume to get past those digital gatekeepers.
You always need a sidekick. As rough as those first parts can be, there's this whole other stage, and honestly, it can be kind of scary.
You're talking about the abyss, right?
Yeah, the abyss. That's where we're headed next, folks. The abyss. That part of the job hunt where things get, well, really real.
You have all been there.
Oh, absolutely. You're sending out resumes, you're going on interviews, but those rejections, they just keep coming.
And those freelance gigs, the ones that were supposed to be temporary, they start to feel like, well, maybe this is just it.
Yeah, like maybe this is as good as it gets. It makes you wonder, right? Like, is all this even worth it?
It's so easy to just think about giving up, going back to what's familiar, even if it's not really what you want.
Exactly. So, are those doubts, or are they just part of the process? What do you think?
It's totally normal to feel that way, honestly. The abyss, it's testing us. It's testing our resilience, our belief in ourselves.
It's tough.
It is tough, and here's the thing about the hero's journey. It's not a dead end. The abyss, it's not the end of the story. It's a turning point.
It's like those stories where the hero gets knocked down, but they always get back up.
Right. And they come back stronger, wiser.
Okay, I like that.
It's not just about getting through those tough times. It's about using those times to look at yourself, maybe even reinvent yourself a little.
So instead of just sending out the same old resume, maybe it's time to think, okay, what skills do I need to improve?
Right. What am I really good at? Or even bigger questions like, is this even the right career path for me?
Whoa, yeah.
Maybe it's time to dust off that business idea you had or check out a totally different field. This is your chance to be really honest with yourself,
There's no one right path, but there is power in choosing to fight that feeling of despair.
And that's so important. It's about looking at the abyss, not as this defeat, but as an opportunity. Like you come out stronger, wiser, ready for something even better.
You are not alone.
That's powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to feel alone in this whole job hunt thing.
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there. We've all faced our own abysses,
Totally.
Yeah.
It's an emotional roller coaster. It's not just about these tips and tricks. It's about acknowledging the struggle, the feeling.
It's about being human, right?
Yes. And reminding us that it's okay to feel all of it.
Hmm.
The frustration, the doubt, even the fear.
It's about what you do with those feelings, not letting them control you.
So true.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to the whole point of the hero's journey, right? The return. It's not about ending up back where you started.
It's about coming back changed, transformed by the experience.
Exactly. It's like we've climbed this mountain, fought off all these monsters.
And now we're at the top looking out at everything, but we see it differently now.
Yeah. We're not who we were when we started. We've learned new stuff, found these strengths we didn't even know we had.
And even if what we get isn't exactly what we thought it would be, like maybe it's a different job, different company.
Or a whole different career.
But it's something we earned, you know? We went through the ringer for it.
We can handle anything now. After all that, those fears, honing those skills, like we're walking into this next chapter way more confident.
That's the thing about the hero's journey. It gets me every time. It's not just a straight line. It's a cycle. This isn't a one and done. There's going to be new stuff to deal with, new calls to adventure, maybe even, who knows, maybe even ATS waiting for us down the line.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But you see what I mean? Once you get this mindset, like you're the hero of your own story, it changes things. You can use those same ideas for anything tough, at work, in life, whatever.
That is so spot on. So next time you're feeling lost in the job search, remember, you're not just filling out applications. You're on a quest. You've got the strength, you've got the resilience, and hey, maybe even a little bit of magic to overcome those obstacles.
And sometimes, honestly, all you need is to look at it differently. That abyss, it wasn't the end. It was just a turn in the road, a chance to become the hero of your own career story.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, until next time, everyone, keep on slaying those dragons, and remember, we're rooting for you every step of the way.